it's and welcome back to my channel for another video. And today we are flipping through my second journal from 2022, which is from July up till December, so the end of the year, as the year is pretty much over now. By the time you're seeing this, the year will be over. It will be December. I am recording this a little bit early. It is the 30th of October right now, so the last 2 months won't be used yet, but I thought I would still do the flip through now as all of these spreads are made. So this was my cover page for the yearly setup that I did. I did a minimal spread setup for the second half because I was still using the one from my previous journal as a reference. These are the pages that I'm talking about. So this is where I was at with the anxiety in pixel and year in pixel. And then I had my goals, which are still the same. And then I had the themes of the month, which is one of the only spreads that still continue to be updated throughout. So you can see all of my themes for every month for the entire year. So now moving on to this journal, I am using a dingbat notebook from the wildlife collection. I absolutely adore those notebooks. I have been using them for 2 years now. This one is the black swan one, or not swan, duck one. And I have a promo code if you want to get one for yourself. It is an affiliate link, which means that I get a small commission if you use this code. So if you want to go use code OA10 for 10% off your order, you will help my channel out. And now let's get started. So this was the key. I decided to still make one even though I use the same one pretty much for since I started. And then I have my goals. I was planning on setting up goals for each month. Didn't really do it because it has been kind of hell. This past few months have been really hard for me. I lost my grandpa. I was pretty depressed, and bullet journaling was just feeling like a chore. So a lot will be unused. And then we have the energy tracker. I do have the data, but I did not actually have the energy to fill it in. But I do have the data for it, so maybe one day if I have the energy, I will fill everything up all at once. And then I have my averages of the month. I am a little late. I have 3 months to do, but I haven't gotten around to do them. But I really love this page. It is great data to be able to see everything, how it was month to month. I have a feeling that October will be my best month yet, or maybe November, because it's only the last part of November. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. The last week of October that was really good. So let's see. I have all of this on my TikTok. That's where I fill it in. So if you want to go check that out, I will have it in the description box down below. And then I have my calendar. I am a little late to filling it in because I had it in the monthlies and just kind of forgot to update this one. But I love this type of calendar because I can add appointments way in advance, even if I haven't made the monthly spreads already. And then I have the playlist. I honestly completely forgot about this one, but that's okay. Maybe I will do it for the end of the month, for the last 3. And then I have my books to read. I still haven't decided if I want to add the books from the start of the year, so this one might change as well. I also do fill it out on TikTok, and I am a bit late And then I have the expense tracker, which I haven't used at all. I have been wanting to, but honestly I don't have the mental energy for that. And then I wanted to make a page read per day, and I never actually made it, but I do have the data from the start of the year to actually complete it, so that might be happening, I don't know. And then I have a couple of white pages. I wanted to be able to add some things if I wanted to. And then we are starting with my July spreads, and that's when I started my shop. So if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, in end of June I started my own digital bullet journal shop selling the spreads that I make on digital files. So if you want to get any of the spreads, they are available in undated forms, so you can use them any month. And for upcoming month, obviously you can still find those on my website, so don't forget to check out the link below if you want any of those and you like what I do. So for July, my theme was orcas or killer whales with a blue color scheme. I mainly used only 2 colors, which were 2 shades of blue and black. So I kept it pretty simple because the doodles took a lot of time to make. Orcas are actually pretty easy to make, which is surprising. Also, if you want to go check out any of those in details, I will have the playlist in the description box with every single one of those. And also all the past ones from the past 6 months before that. I have all the plan with me's, and I think they are really worth it. I love these spreads. So this was my habits and mood tracker. I'm actually surprised to see that I had actually a lot of good days in July. And my habits, they changed definitely a lot throughout the month. And then I have my medication, migraine tracker. Those are 2 very important spreads, as well as the symptoms tracker. Those 3 usually stay the exact same every single month, so you will see a lot of that. And then I have the sleep and water tracker. That is always a staple for me, but the layouts and the ways I did it changed over the month depending on the themes and my mood. I also like to see my lettering, how it changed, how I kind of tried new things. And then we have my reading tracker. I did actually read like a lot in July compared to any other month. And then I have the highs and lows. This spread is one of my favorites. I always write the highlight of my day and the lowest part. It helps me to see the positive, but also not to forget that everything is not rainbow, and to keep away from kind of like toxic positivity. So I really recommend that type of spread for memory keeping and also just overall mental health. And then we have the weekly spreads. Most of them will be empty or maybe filled out in pencil, so you won't be able to see it that well. I have been planning on my phone. I have an app where I put my to-dos every day, and that's just been my favorite way to do it because I don't have a lot of time. So yeah, those weren't really used, which is a bummer because I took so long actually making them. And then we are already on to August, which is probably my most colorful theme ever. It was watermelon, lemonade, and kiwinade. I saw a video on TikTok which was someone making kiwinade and then someone making watermelon lemonade, and I just was like, oh my gosh, this would make a perfect theme. So I did it, and this is the result of it. The color scheme was mainly pinks and greens with some brown as well. I just loved this theme so much, and it was really bright. It was really cool for the summer. So I definitely recommend this theme. It was really fun, and it also made me go outside of my comfort zone, trying some new doodles. So yeah, I really loved this fruit lettering, and I feel like that's one that I will do in the future again, depending on my themes. I also played around with a lot of tiny doodles, which was really fun and complex and just a lot of fun in general. And then I also played around with colors a lot, and it was just a fun time. Definitely did not read mostly at all, but that's okay. And then we can move on to the weekly spread. I'm pretty sure a couple of them are used, if I remember correctly, or maybe not. No, they are not used. So yeah, I did not use them at all. It is sad. Now moving on to September, which was apple pie theme. Probably my most anticipated theme of this year. I had the idea back at the beginning of the year, and I was waiting for September because it is prime apple season to do this theme. So it was one of my favorites this month to do. I had so much fun trying these kind of doodles. It is time consuming and hard, but if you just want to do an apple theme with this kind of doodles, it's actually pretty easy. My color scheme was this red, this yellow, and this green with some light and darker brown. So those were the colors that I used for most of it. So this was the calendar. I love playing around with these colors and seeing what worked. And then I have my habits tracker. I started changing my habits tracker a little bit. I stopped having the days in the calendar. I stopped putting the initials of the days of the weeks. Just making it a lot more minimal and just straight to the point. And some of my habits change a lot to fit what I thought was the best at the moment, what I needed to focus on, which I think is really cool, that it's possible to change kind of every month depending on what you need. And then my mood tracker, as you can see, I had mostly only bad days. My grandpa died the 1st of September, and I fell into depression, and I had a really hard month. So yeah, it was not the greatest, but yeah, that's just life. And then we have these two, and then the sleep. Also, you can see that pretty much for all month my sleep is pretty steady. I kind of have found what works for me in terms of hours. I kind of like stick to those hours. And then I have my waters. Through the month, you will see with October that I have been drinking a lot more water. I went for someone that had 1 glass of water. Like 2 years ago, I drank 1 glass of water per day, to drinking a minimum of 1.5 liters every single day this year. I think I failed 1 day out of the entire year. So I'm pretty excited that I have been becoming someone that drinks a lot of water. My reading went down a lot. I had a good day, 2 good days, and then pretty much no reading at all. Just didn't have the time. I've been really busy. And then I'm not sure if it shows up on camera, but these weekly spreads are used. I just didn't make the effort to actually do it in pen, so I don't think it shows up that well on camera, but a couple of those are actually used, which I am really happy about. The last one's not, but this one actually is. So I see that I usually have a better week when I try to make a focus on writing things down, because I actually remember things that I want to do. And then we are onto October, which I love this theme so much. I am still using these spreads and I just love them so much. My theme is pumpkin and black cat. I use a lot of this Halloweeny font that looks like it's bleeding or slimy, which I think is really fun. And this cover page is my favorite ever. No one can tell me otherwise. And then we have the calendar, which I went for more minimalist. And then a lot of the month is with black background and some white lettering, which was a little bit challenging. And then we have the habits and mood tracker. And if I'm being honest, I did not use my bullet journal this month. If I showed you this 3 days ago, it would have been completely blank. I kept it up on my phone. I have the note app on my phone, and I wrote it every single day, like what mood I had, what habit I did, and then I did a catch up a couple days ago and just fill it in because I was completely burnt out of bullet journaling. I never thought I would be one to have that problem, but I just fell out of love with it. And just a couple days ago I finally found my love back. I have been starting to post about it again. I've been doing my daily videos again, but for a while actually fill it in was hard. And then yeah, I just did it all at once and something clicked. I missed it and I wanted to go back to it. And then we have the sleep tracker. I can say that I had a lot more energy this month, drank a lot more water. For reference, this is 2.5 liters on multiple occasions, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then we have the reading. Been getting a little bit better at reading. My goal is to read 10 pages every single day, so seeing this is a lot better. And then my highs and lows as always. And then my weekly spreads aren't used for the most part. I just didn't catch up on that or try to use them at all. And then we are on to November, which is the theme that I'm going to be using for the next couple of days. And I'm so excited to have some change. I went for winter vibes with a polar bear and internet theme, and I'm so excited about it. So this is the cover page, and I went with old Dutch doors. And then we have the calendar. I have a little less to say about those spreads since I haven't started to actually use them, but I am really excited about them. I just changed things with the layouts. I went really outside my comfort zone with a lot of things in this theme. Those are bear paws, for anyone wondering. And then we have my traditional medical spreads, sleep and water tracker. My breathing tracker is really what I've changed. If you noticed, it is not the same layout as these two. I decided to have individual doodles to color in, so I have also the space in the middle of the files to add the numbers of pages read on top of the color. And then I have my weekly spreads, which I am planning on using this month. So yeah, I'm really in a better spirit and in a better mindset. Also, all of my weekly spreads are Dutch doors as well. So these are all of the weekly spreads, just a lot of different layouts that I don't usually try. And then we are on to December, which is so Christmassy and I love it. I wanted to have it Christmas theme without it being screaming TikTok Christmas theme. So I went with hot cocoa and Christmas baking or gingerbreadman cookies, depending on what you want to call it. So I did a lot of these doodles, kind of the same shapes, with some white detailing as if it is some kind of frosting on them. I just really enjoyed making it. I made them the quickest I have ever made them because I had so much ideas and things I wanted and inspiration, which is pretty rare for me nowadays. So yeah, and I also did my first combined spreads. I didn't make one spread, one page habits, one page mood. I did both in the same spread. I don't know if it's gonna be a mess to actually use or not. I have no idea, and I don't care. I love this spread so much. It was time consuming to make, but I really don't care. I love it so much. My traditional medical spreads, nothing too crazy. And then I have my sleep and water tracker. And then the reading tracker, I went back to my normal layout just because I didn't have any other ideas. So it is kind of like the simple thing to do. And then I have the highs and lows. And then I made some Christmassy spreads. I have my Christmas bucket list. So I'm planning on doing maybe movies or activities and things I want to do before Christmas or on Christmas. Then my Christmas countdown. I made one last year and it was really fun, so I made one again. And then I have my weekly spread. I also went with a lot of really different layouts. My favorite is the layout for the Christmas week because I have the Dutch door to have more space and a Christmas menu, and I really love doing the little banner with the doodles on top. And then this is my very last weekly spread. The rest of these pages are blank. I will use them for a couple of different things. And then the very end of the notebook was just pen testing, and when I was testing out doodles to see what worked and what didn't work and which colors look well together. This was what I did to test out how I wanted to make the snow for the snow lake effect in the November. So this here, and then this is for like the previous month, and then once I ran out of space in this one, I used this one. And so yeah, I tried different combination of what I could do to see which colors worked well and just like overall which doodles I wanted to see. So this is like the messiest spread I have, but I usually don't show it, so it's not a big deal. And yeah, that's basically the very last spread of this notebook. I will do a couple more flip throughs of all of my different other notebooks that I own. I have one notebook for every single use, so if you want to go see those, I will have all of them on my channel if they are already out, or subscribe to see all of those. I will also soon have all of my plan with me's for 2023 and all of that. So if you are interested in that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification bell, follow me on all of my other socials. I post daily on there. And also don't forget to check out my shop if you want to get started with bullet journaling but don't actually want to do all of this and just have it easy by having them and printing them for yourself. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!